In 2007, Laura and Tim were anxiously awaiting to bring their son Brighton home from Ethiopia. Towards the end of the year, Brighton got really sick, and in January of 2008, at just 76 days old, he passed away in his orphanage. Pneumonia, diarrhea, sepsis, but ultimately, it was malnutrition that ended his life. Out of this darkness and heartache was born an idea: brighten their world. Fast forward several years and 3 adoptions later, Brighten Their World exists to care for fragile children and people in need who lack the basic necessities to live and thrive. For years, our focus has been infant nutrition, clothing, meals, and other basic necessities, and we've even started taking teams with us to serve and share in our mission. But in the last year or so, we started praying about what was next for Brighten Their World. We just weren't sure. But at the same time we were praying through that, a dear friend of ours, Nebiet, who is just like family to us, came to us with an idea: a school. We were completely intimidated by this. How were we supposed to do something this big? But through multiple ways, God confirmed that this was the move He had for us. So in a giant leap of faith, in February of 2016, we said yes to opening a school in Ethiopia. We believe that education is key for developing awesome, well-rounded people who can rise up in their communities and hopefully reverse the cycle of poverty. And with that in mind, we realize that there is a great need for a really good school in the Shiro Meda area of Addis Ababa. We see the education that our children are receiving here in the United States, and we don't think the opportunities should be any different based on where you're raised. Soon after, we stepped into the unknown and fully trusting in the Lord's plan, we were presented with a location for the school. This is a miracle in itself, as property in Addis Ababa, Ethiopia is very difficult to come by. The school compound is owned by a local church who agreed to allow us to use it for a school. On February 23, 2016, a rental contract was signed and the school was official.
In early April, our very first team of all guys got to visit the school and lend a hand in some of the building. While there, we came across a pillar or a monument of some sort with Amharic writing on it. We asked Nebiet what it said. Halfway through reading it, he paused and said, "Wow."
And that the head guy of the Orthodox Church has approved this place to be a school in R5, 1994, which is in Ethiopian calendar, and has put this cornerstone. That's what it says in short.
Since then, both the U.S. and the Ethiopian side have been working hard. On the U.S. side, we have raised over $35,000 towards school construction and development. On the Ethiopian side, construction is moving right along at an amazing pace. The goal is for construction to be completed by July 2016 so that we can have a summer session for the local community kids to come to. And then in September 2016, we'll kick off our very first school year. We'll have 1st through 3rd grade for the first year, and then we're hoping that each year we can add an additional grade if the Ethiopian government allows. Brighten Their World will financially sponsor half of all the students at Brighton Academy, while the other half will pay a fee to attend. All students will be provided uniforms and classroom materials as well as lunch every day through our feeding program. Our desire is to engage the parents of each student as much as possible so that not only the child is impacted, but an entire family, and ultimately an entire community. Our future goals and dreams are to add a daily breakfast for each student, as well as an afternoon snack, and who knows, maybe even dinner. We would love to have you come alongside us as we try to provide a great education for these kids in Ethiopia. Want to get involved? It's easy.
You can pray for the school, the staff, the teachers, the kids, and their families. You can donate to the financial needs of the school, or you can choose to sponsor a student.
For years we have said it just takes a little to change a lot, and we believe that same mindset applies to Brighton Academy of Excellence,
where it just takes a little to learn a lot.